Hello everybody, today is Wednesday, April 8th, 2015. I am Matthew Tyler DeLeo, better known as SonicMTD, and welcome to our 8th video in our Vlog Everyday April Challenge. It's been interesting to say the least creating these videos, but I'm actually really enjoying it, even though it is taking me a while to sort of figure out the premises and to go through the motions and so on and so forth. I hope you guys are enjoying them, at least what little people do manage to tune in. I don't know everybody, but either way, let's get to today's video message day. And a lot has happened within the span of the past hour. I've got a lot of emotions, and I'm going to probably vent them on camera, which is usually never a good thing, but I've got sort of almost unlimited freedom to say what I want to say. And that is almost never a good thing, but not for me. So you will be hearing some swear words, you will be hearing some F words, some S words, something in between. I probably don't think it's going to be that bad, but I'm going to let a bunch of stuff off my chest, and we're all going to see how it ends up in this drunken coagulation, this quagmire, if you will. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the very first thing that has happened is, well, it revolves backstory. For the past 5 years now, I have been the founder, creator, main frontman, lyricist, whatever have you, for my own band called Searching for Kim. And we started it from the ground up in November. And it was as a means of, I was doing a bunch of auditions for a bunch of other bands, and nobody was... I wasn't making the auditions, and so I decided to create one from the ground up with a friend of mine named Sean Doe. That's not his last name, but that's his nickname that he wanted to say. So we created the band from the ground up under the premise of creating music that we enjoyed making and doing it live. You know, because we enjoy showing our art. We don't want to spend all our time in a rehearsal room. So that was the main reason why we created the band. And as the years went by, people came in and came out and dropped in and dropped it out. And we had our ups and we had our downs, as most bands do. But for the past couple months, there's been this divide within Searching for Kim. And without naming names, there's different factions. Like, well, there's two main factions that are in the band. But I've been trying to get the band to go forward, and I've been wanting us to do shows and write new material and go on and, you know, actually progress. And there's another faction that says one thing and does the exact opposite. They say they want to move forward, but never did anything, never had the follow-through, never came up with any ideas. The only thing they seem to do is blame everyone but themselves. And without naming anyone's names, I'm definitely saying that it has finally come to a head, and we have disbanded. It's painful because as the founder, as the creator, I was doing almost everything in my power to try to push us forward. You know, I'm just sitting there going, you know, it's been about 8, 10, 11, 12 months since any of us have been on a stage. We need to really do a live show. I want to book us to do a live show because we've been playing the same songs over and over again. Let's do a live show. Well, you see, Matt, I don't think we're ready. Well, yeah, but that's why we do like a rinky-dink bar or something like that, so that way we can actually, you know, go out there and get that live experience so that everyone else in the band has that experience. And so that way, yeah, it'll start off like crap, but, you know, we'll get better as we go along. Yeah, I don't think that's a good thing. What the fuck? No, seriously, what the fuck's wrong with you? Why don't you want to do this? Well, you see, Matt, I've been in many other bands before, and, you know, it's not like this. So that's pretty much almost the, it's not exactly how the conversations went down, but it's almost plot line wise exactly how it went down. And today, roughly about an hour ago, it's almost 6 o'clock, but roughly about an hour ago, I got home from work, and the band just completely folded. There was an ultimatum given that we either all come together and we don't work on any new songs, we just go and do live shows. And the reason why I was recommending that we don't do any new songs is because one of our members is going to be leaving for America to pursue law school. So we already have an expiration date. So, it was a chance to go out there on stage and give it one final last push towards, a walk off into the sunset, if you will. And we're not doing that. But the one thing is that I've known that this was going to happen for a while. I've known for the past 2 months or so that the band was going to break up, that tensions were going to come to a head. And I was told by someone else in the band that there's only so far you can go. If everyone's not firing on all cylinders, then there's no point. And I completely agree with what he says. And but it's just painful because this is something that you create and you've watched it collapse down in on itself, and it's aggravating. It tears you apart. I might not look it, but for like the months where I was in this band, before I knew that we were going to split up, it used to have put me in stomach knots. I wouldn't be able to eat. I wouldn't be able to sleep. I was completely stressed out. Band practice was no longer fun for me. And it should never be like that. But it's just, I'm just angry. And I don't want to say that I wish I burned my bridges in gasoline and told that person off, because I didn't do that. Because if I did do that, then I was just going to go, fuck, that's not how you do it. You have to do the business thing. You have to be polite. You have to be respectful. Normally I am considered chaotic neutral when I do a lot of things. I used to be considered chaotic good, but then that was before I became poor. But when it came to stuff involving the band and band politics, I played the role as true neutral. I was trying my best to put my personal feelings aside in order to make the best decision. And now that it's come to an end here, I gotta say that last year and a half, was all for fucking nothing. And it pisses me off. There's all that time, all that money, all that effort in that final year towards trying to get us somewhere it's like a dog is like ripping at your throat and you're trying your best to hold on to life, but you know for certain that you're going. And it pisses me off. Like, seriously. Once again, I'm not going to name any names because I'm above that. But it's just fucking hell, right? And we the thing is that I believe so much in this band. I believed so much in this band, so to speak. So we had the talent, we had the songs, but we just couldn't get over some of the shit that was going on. And it's a real pain in the ass. But if I were to say though, the last person who left our band, no, that was Zach. Never mind. But I think the biggest blow that happened was when a good buddy of mine, Nate Mantle, decided to leave to go to college. And when he left, it was him, me, and Paul that were the creative group that were writing songs. We had this natural charisma when we were in the room together, and we all just like looked at each other, and Nate and Paul would end up writing songs, and then bam, they'd have an instrumental down, and I'd just go back home on the GO train, or I'd be at home and I'd just like write lyrics to it, and within the span of 24 hours we'd have a brand new song and we're ready to go. But he decided to leave, and I shook his hand, and the band was never really quite the same after that. We did have some other people come in, and some people left. But when it was all said and done, sorry if I'm going on a tangent, by the way. When it was all said and done, I'm no longer angry. I'm no longer saddened. There's a lot of things that I could have done differently. There's a lot of things that I'm happy that I did manage to do. But in the end, it's just sort of semi-hollow. And I'm not going to lie to you, actually. I was, for like about a month and a half ago, find your words. I was considering walking away from music altogether. And, you know, just looking at a guitar made me feel nauseous. And then I got the idea to do this vlog Everyday April thing, which luckily has been distracting me. Luckily, this blue in the face stuff is keeping me on the up and up. But for the most part, I almost walked away from music, and I'm thank God that I didn't, because after going to a couple open mic nights, I still get a lot of joy playing live. It's just, it is what it is. But looking back on it, I had some amazing memories. Playing the Alma Combo before it would close down. It's always under construction. Being able to play the Sound and Music. Sorry, not Sound and Music. That was another dream I had. I wanted to play the Sound and Music Festival in Burlington. But no, the Sound Academy in downtown Toronto, where I got to be on the same stage. They played later. They didn't play on the same day. But not many people could admit that they were on the same stage as the Cranberries, as Oasis, as Goldfinger, as Real Big Fish, as all these huge bands that you grew up and you love. Pentatonics played the Sound Academy a little while ago. And how many people could admit they were on the same stage as those bands, right? I got to do the Mod Club, which it was the best show I've ever done as part of SFK or solo artists in general. We had people that were jumping off the crowd, and we were loving every single minute of being on stage. We also did the Velvet Underground. We did Smiling Buddha. We did so many good things, and I honestly thought within the shadow of a doubt that if I gave it my all, that we were going to make it. And unfortunately, it didn't fucking happen. And I don't know. I think I've rambled on long enough, but I don't know where I'm going to be in 5 years from now. I don't know if I'm going to be joining another band. I don't know if Blue in the Face is going to make it. I don't know where I'll be. I just hope that at the end of the day, that I can do something that I thoroughly enjoy and keep doing it. And maybe it might one day, help me. It might lead to opportunities. Maybe I'll meet the right people. Maybe it might pay my rent, you never know. But it's just, I'm not giving up. This is not going to be the end of me. This is not going to be the end of my musical career. That's for damn sure. I've come too far to give up. Either way, thank you for watching. In later days.